Let's start with the obvious one. Okay, for the record, I have always been and will always be an Aaron Rodgers fan. For the record, I understood why the Green Bay Packers selected Jordan Love 2 years ago in the NFL draft. I didn't think Aaron Rodgers showed the slippage that many people thought they saw 2 years ago, but I understood based upon Jordan Love as a developmental prospect, based upon the fact that as long as you have Aaron Rodgers, you're not going to get a top 10 pick. And his contract and the timing, the idea is you have somebody ready in case he ages or he leaves. Both are a possibility. Aaron Rodgers was the big to everybody last year, winning the MVP and playing unbelievable football. But you are who your best player is in sports. Ask yourself, right? Who is your best player? And then look at the team, and generally, they mirror one another. Not always, but usually. When you're a good team especially, look at the idea of Tom Brady. And look, do I think Tom Brady has a good time in the offseason? Sure, he played golf with Aaron Rodgers, by the way. He got white boy wasted at the victory parade. He had knee surgery, so he probably couldn't get out in the practice field. But when Aaron Rodgers uttered the words, hey, man, I was 50-50 as far as if I wanted to retire, he had all of the ammo in his bag for what the Packers had done wrong and who they had done wrong. And I remain an Aaron Rodgers fan, and I know it's not all his fault. His offensive line, which was rebuilt, got destroyed yesterday afternoon. I think Sean Payton coached an absolute virtuoso. Right? A lot of body blows. They ran the hell out of the football. The heat, the humidity of a team from the Midwest coming down and playing outside in Jacksonville. It was body blow after body blow after body blow in the first half. And then once you get behind, now you can pin your ears back and rush the passer, and that's exactly what they did. The Packers look collectively terrible. Terrible. You have a new defensive coordinator, you can't stop the run. Offensively, you have a new offensive line, they can't protect the passer. But you are who your best player is. And Aaron Rodgers looked, frankly, with his hair and with his play, like a guy who hiked Machu Picchu this summer, not like a guy who locked in on how do I win one more game and get back to a Super Bowl. It doesn't mean that Aaron Rodgers didn't work hard. He's not in great physical condition. Although, we'll be honest, he did not move away from the pass rush the way that Aaron Rodgers used to. But between body language and just overall sense, and then, of course, though it wasn't truly an exclusive interview with Aaron Rodgers, the continual assertion of, hey, I really thought about retiring. How do you think that plays in the locker room? How do you think that looks towards your organization? Whether it's real or it's fake, Coward pointed out Russell Wilson, right? Like, if you're under contract, you're going to play. You don't go, well, this is the last dance. This is the last time we're going to be together. I might call it a day or switch teams. When you lose in the NFC Championship game, the way in which they lost in the NFC Championship game, where the defense did its part in the second half and gave him multiple opportunities. The only thing your star of your organization, the face of your franchise, should say is, I cannot wait to get back out there because this year we're going to kick the door in. Bum Phillips style, right? NFC Championship game past 2 years. 2 years ago, blown out by San Francisco. Last year, come from behind, a chance to win the game. And that's what they do. Cowherd used my line. It's not really my line. It's a college basketball line, which is the sins of the summer are paid for in the winter. And while so many have been openly critical, how dare the Packers draft an heir apparent who's going to be ready, hopefully, by the time that Aaron Rodgers' contract becomes reasonable to get off the books. I don't even know if they know they're going to turn to Jordan Love. But how dare they do that? How dare they get a guy when look at Aaron Rodgers. Did he look or feel like a guy who was all in? Did he look or feel like a guy who the body language is bad? I mean, I don't know what that throw was. They're down 17-3, and he just airmails one as if to say, F it. I don't like the call. Nobody's open. I'm throwing it deep. Get me the hell out of here. That's your franchise player? That's the guy who wants to dictate and determine who's on and not on his football team? I just... Look, this is no different than Jalen Ramsey or Richard Sherman. You can... Russell Wilson, you can talk the talk. You got to walk the walk. This is Aaron Rodgers describing the loss.
This is a good kick in the you-know-where. Hopefully get us going in the right direction, going back home and playing division opponent next week.
This is Matt LaFleur, the head coach, on that butt whooping.
Absolutely embarrassed us today, and can't do that against a well-coached and quality football team. Our guys are going to have to take a long, hard look in the mirror. It starts with myself. Obviously, didn't get these guys ready to play ball, and that's what happens when you go out there and play like that against a good football team.
They got their asses kicked. But to me, a guy who has been an ardent defender of Aaron Rodgers, a guy who checks every box of what a quarterback should be able to and can do if they have the talent set, if they have the mental capabilities, if they have the toughness, if they have the, what's that, Cam Newton, aura. He looked like a guy who spent the summer trying to figure out life and not trying to figure out the cover two. He looked like a guy who just got done hiking mountains in Malaysia or Indonesia or Machu Picchu or in Hawaii. 1 foot in the circle is not 2 feet in, and everyone knows what that looks like, and everyone on that roster gets it. Like when it's bad, I'm out. Now, we have to have balance and perspective and understand the Bills look like crap yesterday. Plenty of good football teams that didn't play well, that will play well eventually. And we've seen these uneven matchups in the first couple weeks of the season. But that was a yikes, an absolute yikes.